Jaguars at home.
And
Now let's move on to Washington and Dallas. I know the Redskins RG3 versus Tony Romo. Let's start with Nick Rice on this one. What's your prediction? Well, Washington is seemingly extremely undermatched in this game, and talent-wise, Dallas should be able to win all over the field. But I'm taking the Redskins in this game because on any given Sunday, I believe that Robert Griffin will continue his hot play against a team that really struggles to play well following a winning streak. They have two straight wins for the first time this season. I believe Dallas drops a big one at home, but it can go any way, guys. And I just have to take Washington in a game that they have to have.
for my decision, Robert, this is a very big game for both teams. For Washington, they could get back into the race to possibly get a spot into the playoffs as a wild card. I do not see them winning the division, but in my opinion, I will take the Cowboys in this game. I think that the Cowboys, who just squeaked against the Cleveland Browns, which is the disappointment for me, they had to come back to beat the Browns. But I think that the Cowboys, with that win, gives them more confidence, especially another home game in front of their crowd. And I think that a division game in which they need to win will be won by the Cowboys. A big game, you'll see a big game by Tony Romo. Even though DeMarco Murray will not be in for a sixth straight game, look at Dez Bryant really having a breakout game today. That game, and watch out for DeMarcus Ware, the defensive leader for the Cowboys. Really have an outstanding effort to stop the versatile rookie of RG3.
Robert, we're split right now, one apiece for Redskins and Cowboys. Who do you take in that game? I would say, wow, okay, well, between these two QBs, I would say RG3 and the Redskins. I mean, I think they're a good enough team to win it. Especially, I think their offense will probably do well. And Dallas has been a little shaky, especially because they're a 5 in time, even 500.
And
Now that, yeah, there is our decision for Redskins Cowboys. Move on to Patriots Jets. Should be a rainy 60 degrees in the new Meadowlands Stadium. New England without Rob Gronkowski for the next few weeks. Aaron Hernandez active for this game against New York, and the Jets gave them everything that they had in this game against New England, and the Patriots were able to pull it out in overtime. I believe that New England will be able to bounce back. Seeing film on the New York Jets playing in that last matchup, I'm taking New England. Starting with Steven, what do you have in this game?
this is going to be an easy game for the New England Patriots. I got them as the winners. I think that this is going to be, even though this is a division rivalry game, I think that the Patriots will take the win this one because even though Tom Brady is obviously the best quarterback that's played in the last 10 seasons, along with Peyton Manning, he's really he's going to lead this team to victory. But the thing is, the Patriots will use the rushing game more. Look out for Stevan Ridley to really have a big game. The Jets' rushing defense probably one of the worst in the league. Their passing defense is decent and decent enough to possibly squeak by the Patriots if you're looking for an upset alert. But for my opinion, I'm looking at the Patriots to win this game. Let's head over to Robert for his prediction.
I would go with New England. The Jets have just had too many problems, especially Mark Sanchez and Tim Tebow. It's been a really big controversy between these two, and especially Mark Sanchez hasn't had a very good season this year. I go with New England. They have the best offense in the NFL. So New England, especially with Tom Brady, he has done well this season. So New England's got my vote.
And let's go with a unanimous vote for New England to win the last Thanksgiving game. Let's go straight to the first Sunday game, a morning matchup for the West Coast, a afternoon matchup in the East Coast. Minnesota and Chicago, probably the game of the day, in my opinion. Two very good teams, a rivalry game out of the NFC North Division. My vote, I'm going to go with Chicago. I think that Jay Cutler is going to be back Jason Campbell, who did atrocious last Monday against the Niners. I think that Cutler is gonna know what to do, and he knows that the Bears need to get a win to keep their playoff hopes alive and possibly go up in the seedings, possibly to number three if the Packers don't have a really good game against. Let's see here, the Giants. And there is a Monday night game to correct myself, but I'm gonna go with the Bears in this game. And let's start off with Robert.
I think Christian Ponder will pull it out for the Vikings. The Vikings are 6-4. They've had some bad losses and some shaky wins, but I say the Vikings can win the game. I think they'll pull it through.
And let's go to Nick.
And actually, to make it pretty interesting here, I'm going with Minnesota as well. Upset pick, guys, because Minnesota, offensively up front, plays extremely well against this kind of a matchup. Defensively, an extremely powerful front seven, and that poses extreme problems to Chicago. Who's the last team that was really strong up front that the Chicago Bears have played? That was San Francisco just last week, and that was Houston 2 weeks ago. Chicago's on a losing streak, and they have played some tough football against teams that are strong up front. I'm taking Minnesota, even though it's in Chicago. The Vikings know how to play their division rival. Taking Minnesota in this game.
And that's the and Robert. Next game, Robert. We're gonna go over to Cincinnati.
Let's go to Cincinnati and Oakland. Oakland not having a very good season whatsoever. Just too many problems, especially with the defense. The offense has done all right this season. They just need to figure out some more pieces. But if I had to say, I would go with Cincinnati in this one. Cincinnati, a team that's it's about an average team, and I like Cincinnati. Andy Dalton especially has had a good season. Let's go with Steven on this one. Steven, what's your prediction for this matchup?
This is going to be an easy win for the Bengals, as I think that Andy Dalton, especially against a very terrible Oakland passing defense, this is going to be an easy game for Andy Dalton to eclipse the 400 passing yards mark. Probably he'll have 3 or 4 passing touchdowns, and it'll probably be the first game in which Dalton has thrown 0 interceptions. So watch out for Dalton, as he's going to have a big game. I got the Bengals over the Raiders in a classic AFC showdown in Cincinnati.
I'm going to have to go with you, Robert, or Steven as well, because just offensively, Cincinnati in another class against the Oakland Raiders. Defensively, they played pathetic. And I had the Cincinnati Bengals as making their hay into the postseason. I believe they get it done, and they win yet again to improve. Very impressive. And if for the next week, for this next game, we also have Pittsburgh taking on the Cleveland Browns in this matchup. I'm going to have to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Of course, they have Antonio Brown limited and Palomalu and Gilbert still out, but I have to go with the Steelers in this game. They played red hot, and I just don't see Cleveland pulling it out in this game.
All right, well, for my prediction, I would have to go with Pittsburgh as well. They've been playing hot lately, and they've done pretty well. And I'm not sure on the status of Ben Roethlisberger, but I'm pretty sure Pittsburgh will take this one.
For me, I'm going to go with Cleveland in this one. It's going to be upset game. Pittsburgh is starting Charlie Batch, if you guys didn't know that. Also, their wide receivers are injury plagued. Hopefully the defense can do something to muster up some points against this Cleveland team that almost beat Dallas last week. But I'm going to give this to Cleveland. They're playing at home. They might not have the best fans in the league, but I think that being at home, I think that they have the advantage in this game. And I'm going to give the upset game to the Browns. And let's go over to the next game. As I'm doing the next game, Buffalo and Indianapolis, an AFC conference game. Easy game for the Colts. The Buffalo Bills, just the whole team has really, they're an overrated team in my opinion, and they've underplayed to their ability. I think that Their offense is very good. The pickups of Mario Williams really has been a failure. All the money they're going to be giving to him for really nothing this year. Hopefully, he can get something done next year because this year is already decided that he's not having a good year. And Andrew Luck at home, he's done very well at home. He's beating the Packers at home, and I think that his success continues at Lucas Oil Stadium. The Colts take the win. Let's go to Nick. Who do you got in this game?
I'm taking Indianapolis, but guys, this will be closer than you guys are contending with because Buffalo up front plays extremely well offensively. The yardage doesn't show, but Fitzpatrick has played extremely well, and a very tough running game will pose problems for Indianapolis up front that really cannot stop the run. We've seen time and time again in their losses, they give up 100-yard rushers, and they give up a bunch of yards on the ground. I'm taking Indianapolis in this game, but watch out because this could easily go the Buffalo's way. Even though they're on the road in this game, I still have a Buffalo making it extremely close.
For my pick, I would go with the Colts. This Colts team's done pretty well, especially with Andrew Luck leading the way and will be Rookie of the Year. That's my pick for that. I think the Colts have done pretty well this year, as well with the 6 wins and only 4 losses.
All right, Robert, who do you have for the next game between Tennessee and Jacksonville?
For my next game, I would have to go with let's go with Tennessee. I don't follow these two teams very well, but I go with the Titans in this one. It seems like they played a little bit better than Jacksonville, especially Jacksonville being 1-10, but almost a close win against the Houston Texans. So I think this game could go either way.
Steven?
I'm gonna go with the Jaguars. To be honest, Chad Henne's has done a better job than Blaine Gabbert, filling in at the quarterback spot. That has been a problem. Jacksonville almost beat Houston. That's the reason why I picked Jacksonville or Tennessee. I think that all the confidence that they got from that game, almost beating possibly the best team in the league, will give Jacksonville the edge. Another upset alert, in my opinion. I got the Jaguars in this game. Nick, who do you got before we'll go to Denver and Kansas City?
Yeah, I believe that Jacksonville's worn out of this game after almost beating Houston. They're drained, they're tired out, the season's over. I'm taking Tennessee, the more talented football team, by leaps and bounds. As long as they're able to stop what is the worst offense in football, I believe that Tennessee will run away with that game, even though it's in Jacksonville. A tough, as easy of a competition also for Denver in this game against Kansas City. I'm taking the obvious selection. Denver on the road has played extremely well, and really, they've hit their stride even without, obviously, their Willis McGahee, their thumper at running back as well. Top 5 in offense, top 10 in defense. I'm taking Denver in this game. We'll start off with Robert Dieters. Who do you have in a big-time AFC West showdown?
Denver is the obvious choice in this one. Peyton Manning has done well. I liked his decisions, and he also likes to change up the plays at the last minute of the line scrimmage. I mean, pretty forward game to go with. Kansas City has been the opposite direction, has not done very well this season whatsoever.
I'm going to go in this game. I'm going to take Denver because Kansas City, their offensive struggles continue. Dwayne Bowe is questionable for this game. I don't think he's even going to play anymore because his team is just trash. He's going to be on the trading market in the offseason. I think he's going to get traded to a different team. Brady Quinn is starting for Kansas City. That just makes things worse. And then the defense has really not done a lot. Almost beating Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago, but not enough. And they are, like Nick said about the Jacksonville Jaguars, I think that Kansas City they're just too tired. They're done. They just want to give up. Given the number 1 overall pick, I got the Broncos in this game.
Let's go to Seattle and Miami, two teams that seem. This is gonna be a pretty good game, but I'll go with Seattle.